Come in, Team November. This is HQ. We finally got a signal through to Arizona. It's a bit spotty, but we got word from General Wade Woodson. He'd like to speak with you. Thanks, November. Amazing what you can do with a bit of tape and a lot of ingenuity. See you soon. Over and out. Command calling Team November. Come in. Listen, I tried to put her off, but Mrs. Wong just won't stop calling about this noise. Could you do me a...
Don't you try to make it sound like it's nothing. Those kids are driving my cats and me crazy. Well, then how about breaking and entering, huh? Will you come out for that? Some kids broke into Farana Braigo's old club and they're having a dance party in there. Boom, 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 all night long. They're a public menace.
Would you mind checking it out, November? She's not gonna stop calling until you do.
I can hear you, you know.
Thanks, November. I owe you.
What did they say? Are they gonna do it? They better take care of this. I'll write a letter to the paper.
Hello again. Here to learn more about the Colorado Springs Wall? Immensely. Why, without it, it's just sections of concrete blocks, easily scalable with cheap and readily available equipment. With the oil, we can power the electric grid, making it a deadly threat to anyone foolish enough to try to climb it, especially robots. Thank you again for making that a reality. Believe me, I understand. Thank you for stopping by, and back to the wall.
Yeah, for the words of the Reyeses to buy up and turn into weapons.
Maybe I'll join
Oh,
Monster Army
boy.
Massacre! Braigo organization takes over Bazaar with Ranger Hell.
Would you rather? You're a barrel of monkeys, huh? Come on, answer the question. All right. Gone faster.
Yeah? Nasty bitch. Glad to hear it. Here's her bounty. Keep at it. Yeah? Can you imagine what would have happened if they took those resources? It could have created thousands of robots. It'd be a goddamn robot roach apocalypse. Good work, Rangers. Keep at it. Yeah? Like you care. What do you want? The more time you take, the stronger they'll be. Get to it.
So, Little Vegas is no more, huh? Probably for the best. Place was a rat's nest.
We heard y'all might be able to help us.
Rangers,
These ladies remind me of my mama back home.
my name's Betsy. If you don't mind, we've got a request for you. Me and the girls here, we got family who were arrested a while back and put to hard labor at the Patriarch's work camp. Thing is, we've no clue where it is. And the marshals won't say a lick on the subject. Nah, most of them deserve what they got. We don't have any issue with that. But knowing where they are? Well, that'd help us sleep better at night. Figure out where they're holding our loved ones. That's all we're asking you for. And we'll damn well pay you for the privilege. Thanks. I wish we had more for you to work with, but the only thing we got is a name. Frank Pappas was a marshal in charge of shipping folks to the work camp. All we know is that he's retired and living somewhere downtown. Someone at the marshal station might know something. They won't tell us anything. But you might be luckier. We'll be waiting.
No need to notify the civvies, but Frank's been taking his retirement at the Сан-люкс apartments. Never went far from the marshals. Days he always kept the work camp pretty hush-hush. Most of us didn't know a thing about it, except that it's somewhere outside the city. Old Frank is ornery, but we can make him talk.
Let's see, cranium. You got rid of your stutter. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
What are you talking about, trash?
Your speech impertinent. It's gone. How did you do it?
I've never had a speech impediment. You're confusing me with somebody else.
Ah, come on, Lex. I know you.
Leave me alone, or I'll tear your liver out.
Fine, then. Say what I care. Like you better when you stuttered. What were we talking about? Huh? Well, I ain't never been. Here it's cold, though. Even colder than here. That's why they call it Coldorado. Get it? Coldorado? Huh? I still got it. You're trying to be funny? I've been trying to catch that bartender's eye for 10 minutes. Hey, over here! You bet. That's what I came here for, ain't it?
Know who I hate the most? Fucking 100 families. All we do is take care of those rich motherfuckers. And do they thank us? Fuck no they don't.
Are you crazy talking that way? Somebody's gonna hear you.
I don't care. We keep the streets clean, bury the evidence when one of their kids runs over some refugee, chase off asshole bill collectors. It's hard work. And do we get invited to any Broadmoor Heights parties? Do they even send a keg or two to the station when we've done them a favor?
I've never seen it.
See? I told you. Motherfuckers. Each and every one.
I'm glad the refugees have a place to stay. I just wish it wasn't a prison. Happy to. Take a look.
Rangers. Here I am, just like I promised, ready to expand my vistas and learn new things. Thanks so much for inviting me to the party. I already talked to Doc Parker and sterilized myself from ass to applicators, so I'm ready to assist him when you guys hurt yourselves. But listen, I owe you more than that for this opportunity, so let me share something with you. Having electronic eyes helps me spot things when I'm scavenging, but that isn't all of my secret. It's all about the filtering, knowing what not to look at. And now you know. It's new. It's different. Lots of people to meet. Don't think I'm gonna get bored anytime soon. So I'm a happy girl. Back at the commune, Vivisecto saved an old prospector from dying, and spent a few days helping him convalesce. He was a talkative old coot. Guess that memory was part of the slice of his consciousness I got made from. Hasta luego, benefactors.
Same no matter how many heaps we fix, right? So maybe if they were a little easier on the hardware, we could take a break now and then.
one chicken, say to the other chicken. Talk is cheap. Of course. Let's see if we can find what you want.
I am delighted. The garage is an impressive space, staffed with well-qualified personnel. It is a lot less lonely than where I was previously quartered. Goodbye. God bless you. And God bless the United States of America.
What is that?
It's a copy of the statue the Payasos had in their hideout under the bazaar. Don't know if they were worshipping it or what. I made it to commemorate the Rangers clearing out all the clowns from down there.
Scary.
Yeah. Sometimes at night, I think I hear it laughing.
No! Why did you tell me that? I've got a tip for you, Rangers. Some tactical advice gleaned from years of simulated experience in dangerous and weird situations that might prove useful. Ready? Okay, here it is. Quarter circle forward, then punch. You'll be unbeatable. Yeah. No, can't think of anything. It's coming along, but it's never going to be perfect. I'll just have to keep improving it. Keep your eyes peeled for collectibles, Rangers.
A lot more elbow room now, huh?
Not bad. Don't feel right about it, though. Putting all those folks in the brig.
Hey, it's clean in there. And something had to be done.
True. Just not sure that was it.
Warden, you gotta do something. We're freezing to death in here. Maybe the cold is your way of punishing them filthy jailbirds, but we ain't done nothing to deserve it.
You're absolutely right, Miss Hackett. I'll see what I can scrounge up.
Well, thank you, Warden. Didn't expect you to be so reasonable.
I can't do a lot, Miss Hackett, but I do what I can.
More people may mean more mouths to feed, but you can't just let them starve. Careful out there. It's an uncaring world.
Rangers. A dead synth is better than one loose in the city. Still, I would have liked to have done an interrogation and learned what its motives were. Well, I'm sure this was the safest course of action. Valor's an arrogant, condescending prig, but he hasn't given me any trouble. Hopefully, some time in here will help him reflect on his ways. Realize people aren't machines, toys for him to play with. If he could use his talents to better Colorado, maybe that would be justice for him. Not much to report. Everyone's behaving, relatively speaking. Good luck out there.
I could be out of here in 10 seconds if I had my tools.
What if these refugees know how close they were to being put out in the cold by you rat-faced Rangers? claws. You did right by the refugees now. But that ain't no kindness. It's basic fucking humanity.
Roof is a roof, I guess.
A roof is a roof, I guess.
Hey, November. Got a delivery for you. Rangers, good to see you. A smelly old prospector came by. Wanted to give you something for saving him from Martian robots or something? Don't know what he was talking about. Hopefully you do. Anytime, Rangers. Always happy to tell war stories. So many war stories are about sacrifice and heroics and the horrors of combat, but they don't talk about the real horror. The real horror is the food. Once, we were hunting a gang called the Clown Killers, an offshoot of the Payasos. We spent months tracking them, then got a break when we spotted a supply truck with a clown driver. All we had to do was follow it, and it would lead us right to him. Trouble was, just as we were nearing the killer's camp, the driver spotted us. There was nothing to it. We had to kill him before he could warn the others. Fortunately, it was night, so we managed it. Barely. Then we made the biggest mistake of our lives. We decided to attack at dawn and get our strength up by eating the meat he was bringing to the camp and then having a good night's sleep. Well, next morning, the aftermath of that meat hit us like a ptomaine tornado. 20 men sweating and gasping over the latrine trench. But Saul wouldn't cancel the raid, even though he was groaning and dying like the rest of us. Not gonna spend another 5 goddamn months hunting these clowns, he said. And so we stumbled through the raid, even though it was, in Saul's words, a real shit circus. Give me a while and I'll see if I can remember any more. In the meantime, I'm sure you have plenty to do. I'll be here.
November, good to see you. Give me 1 second to make sure the General's still there. General, are you there? I have Team November for you.
Thank you, Gonzalez. Put him on.
Yes, sir. He's ready for you, Rangers. Have a seat.
Ah, Team November. Glad we finally got through. Corporal Gonzalez said I should hear the details from you, so tell me, how's the mission going? An ambush? How many of you survived? What about my brother? Is Riley alive? Hard to hold out hope with news like that, but I won't give up. Let me know the minute you learn something. Now, what about the mission? Gonzalez told me the Patriarchs confirmed the deal and has provided you with a HQ and supplies. I'm pleased to hear it. What are your thoughts on him? Does he seem like a reliable ally? I was afraid it might be like that. A leader doesn't ask for military help unless things are desperate. Well, hold up your end of the bargain and we'll pray he's able to hold up his. Anything else I should know about? So, she's alive. What happened to her? Is she helping you? Damn it, I was afraid of that. That was her position before we lost contact with her. Well, don't let her sway you. I've got no doubt her reasons are good. No one amasses as much power as this patriarch has by being an angel, but Angie's always had a very black and white view of the world. No room for compromise. We have to compromise. The patriarch may be the dirtiest dog east of the Rockies, but he's also the biggest dog, and he's got the most scraps to share. We can reconsider our relationship with him down the line, but for right now, we've got to do what he wants, or there isn't gonna be a down the line for Arizona or the Rangers. I'm not asking you to fight Angie. I love her too much for that. Just keep your distance and don't let her wreck the deal. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Keep up the good work. All right then. Report received. Thanks for letting me know the situation on the ground. I've got no additional orders except to wrap things up ASAP. Our position here in Arizona is tenuous at best. Without the manpower we sent with you, we're stretched thin, and the gangs and militias are getting bolder by the day. Nor is the food and water situation improving. If we can get through next winter, next year's crops might be enough to keep us going. But I don't see how we're getting there without the Patriarch's promised supplies. So, no pressure, but at the same time, hang on. Damn it. Sorry, November. Gotta get back to it. I'll try to reach out again in a few...
Looks like we lost the signal, November. I'll let you know if I get it back.
It's great to be here, Rangers. I love what you've done with the place. Now, what can I do for you? Wonderfully. Thank you for asking. Your staff is so accommodating. That's what I'm here for. How can I help? You're off to a good start getting Val safely away from the Gippers. That couldn't have been easy. Do the same with Vic and Liberty, and the Patriarch will give you all you asked for, and more. Sadly, I don't think a peaceful transition is possible anymore, Rangers. Good job finding an appropriate place for the refugees. But what happens when more come? Now, what can I do for you? That's what I'm here for. How can I help? Sadly, I don't think a peaceful transition is possible anymore, Rangers. It's unfortunate you had to house the refugees in your brig. At least it'll be familiar to them. Now, what can I do for you?
That's what I'm here for. How can I help?
You mean a transfer of power to you? Storming the palace and fighting the marshals, confronting old Saul in his throne room, because that is what it would come to. I suppose it might be possible to give Colorado the future I've been dreaming for her in that scenario, but it wouldn't be certain. It wouldn't even be likely, so I'm afraid I'd have to say no. I would not support you. Thus, if you want me to remain here and to continue giving you advice, I would advise you not to tell me if that is the course you are intending to follow. Why would you want to? The man is a thug and corrupter, and should have no place in this city. They are fools, but unfortunately, because they own Colorado's only oil fields, we have to suffer with them. They worship a dead president as a god and walk around talking and acting like they were cowboys out of a child's picture book of the Old West. Ridiculous people. Saul should have dealt with them years ago. Despite the Patriarch's belief that he built Colorado on his own, he couldn't have done it without the support of the 100 families. He protects us, true, but without our money, he'd be protecting us with sticks and stones, not tanks and guns. We are the money and the power here, and the keepers of the values of our survivalist forebears. Strong alone, but stronger together, like the mountains. Anyone who intends to rule here would have to appease the families first. A regrettable byproduct of difficult times. I wish them well, but I'd advise you not to waste resources on them. They come and go and won't be able to assist with your ambitions. Well...
Go on, Mr. Reyes. I can take it.
If you insist, Marshal Kwan. The Marshals are our police force here in Colorado Springs, but let's say their focus isn't so much on solving crime as deterring it. Most problems are dealt with using the gun and the boot, rarely the head. They are also known to look the other way if enough money changes hands. Therefore, this is a town where help from the Marshals is for those who can pay for it. Those who can't, fear them. Was that a fair assessment, Marshal Kwan? Certainly. I'm honored that you value my opinion. Go on. Certainly. Who are you interested in? He is everything you have ever been told about him, and more. A man who built a state with nothing but his bare hands and brute will. Even in his current state, he is dangerous. Indeed, I'd argue he's more dangerous now than he was in his youth. A man who is terrified of losing his place in the world will do anything to keep it. Anything. I loved him once. Worshipped him. Now I just fear him. Fear what he could do to Colorado if he continues to unravel. Who else are you interested in? Stay away from him if you can. Victory Buchanan isn't sane. He's A spoiled, homicidal brat who needs to be put down like a rabid dog. Not that I would condone murder, Marshal.
No, of course not. That would be illegal.
Forgive me, I shouldn't have. Just be careful, that's all I'm saying. People who spend too much time in Victory's presence don't live long. Who else are you interested in? I've always felt a bit sorry for Valor. Book-smart and quiet in a family where neither of those things were valued. But he grew up a peevish young man, always alert to slights, whether real or imagined. He ended up believing he was better than everyone else because he was misunderstood. And that's why he stays with the Gippers, I think. They understand him. Or at least pretend to. Who else are you interested in? She was a terrifying little girl and grew up to be a terrifying woman. I have never known anyone so able to focus or so certain of their path. She believes she is destined to rule Colorado and will not stop until she succeeds. But if she succeeds, woe to us all. Colorado will become a war machine, and all us citizens merely fuel for its ever-grinding engines. Who else are you interested in?
Well, Reyes?
Well, I would say Sheriff Daisy is a woman to be both admired and feared. She is fair, but doesn't forget. And she is slow to forgive.
You can say that again.
Who else are you interested in? I wish that man had never come here. His legitimate business is the Little Vegas, a casino and brothel downtown. But he also runs a criminal empire, selling drugs, weapons, and information to anyone who can pay, including our enemies. I think the Patriarch allowed him to stay because he thought the people needed entertainment. But the Little Vegas hardly qualifies. It's a lurid pit of lost wages and despair. Disgusting. As for the man himself, he wears all the trappings of class. Fine suits, shoes, jewelry. But he's a thug at heart, no matter how hard he tries to hide it. Who else are you interested in? Certainly. Safe travels, Rangers.
Here to serve.
Would you rather freak? You're a barrel of monkeys, huh? Come on, answer the question. All right.
Nice to see the city back to life. Huh? Yeah, we're shopping and building.
What do you need, Rangers? What's on your mind? Why do you ask? No, actually, don't tell me. You've done all right for the marshals, so it can't hurt. Pappas used to be a marshal, but he ain't anymore. Couldn't handle the job. He lives over at the San-lux's apartments now, if you want to pay him a visit. Don't tell him I said hello. A little. Nobody's been sent there in a while. thing is, their loved ones were hardened criminals. They don't get any visitation privileges. Trust me, whoever's asking you to do this is better off without those creeps in their lives. In fact, they ought to thank us for taking them away. Nope, that's a state secret. Orders from the patriarch himself. Need to know only, and you don't need to know. Sorry, Rangers. Roger that.
Patriarch says Flab had it coming!
Maybe I'll join the marshals. I do like rough people up.
Rangers! Thank God! The noise from the Little Vegas is driving me crazy. All my cats are hiding under the bed. Loud music, screaming, breaking bottles. I can't get any sleep. Please, Team November, get those kids out of there.
They'll take care of it, Rosie. Don't you worry.
Thank you, Marshal Kwan. Such a good boy.
Are you Kwan? This official?
Just a friendly chat, Frank. You know, like the old days.
Ah, fuck. What do you want? How would I know anything about that? I just drove him out there and dropped him off. That's a state secret. Patriarch's orders. You got a problem with that. Take it up with the marshals. And you think I'm gonna spill something Daisy won't? I like life too much for that. Ha! Ask Kwan. He knows what would happen if I said anything.
Don't worry, Frank. I'm an ex-marshal. Just like you. I don't answer to Daisy no more.
Bullshit. I ain't talking. You'd hire a broken-down old sack of shit like me. For real. Wow. That's more than I expected.
You sure about this, Rangers? Daisy's not gonna like it.
Great. I'll get my stuff together, but first, I'll tell you what you want to know. I was told to drive the prisoners to this cave northeast of the city and give them to some tattooed plains motherfucker. Didn't seem the type to be an overseer. And it didn't look like a great place for a work camp. But I don't ask questions, you know? I just do what I'm told. Here, I'll mark the spot on your map. That's all I can do for you, I swear. I'll see you at your HQ, Rangers. Just gotta pack up. Thanks again.
Ignore them and maybe they'll go away. Ugh, who invited these geezers? Ugh, who invited these geezers?
Ew, old people. Troy, do something!
Ugh, you dorks. It was cool when you gave us beer out there, but like, no one invited you to our private party. What do you want, lame-os? No way, it's like my dad's or something. I just brought it for the party.
Yeah. Do you even know who Troy's dad is? He's like, totally rich.
Right. You're not the marshals. We don't have to listen to you.
Why don't you go play games with the nerds upstairs? They're pretending to be lawmen too.
Don't try that nice guy stuff with us. We're smarter than that. Get lost.
Who invited these geezers? Ugh, who invited these geezers?
Ugh, who invited these geezers?
Whatever. Ugh, who invited these geezers?
Ew! Why are you talking to me?
Ugh, you again.
You smell like my grandpa!
We don't party with old people. But I guess we can't stop you, seeing as you've got guns and all.
Bullies. Who invited these geezers? I'm jousting here, you pervs.
Present requests. Party humans. Enjoy party time.
I'm dancing here, you pervs.
Aw, yeah! Look at the Rangers go!
Go Rangers! Go Rangers! It's your birthday! It's your birthday! Oh yeah, it's the motherfucking Rangers! My bros! Good job, Rangers! Never seen anyone shake their ass like that in military gear.
Hey, Rangers. Can I bum a smoke? Hey again, Rangers. Got any cigarettes now? Oh yeah, Styx is my brand. Thanks, Rangers. Pretty cool after all.
Hey, Rangers. Pretty cool party, huh?
Just watching us straight. Hey, did you know I have a sixth sense?
Really?
Yeah, I see old people. My powers must be fading. Turn it off now.
Yes! Chug, 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 chug!
Look at that ranger drink! Whoa!
Chug, 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 chug!
That was awesome!
Old people? I'm like 2 years older than you jerks.
Yeah, you're all right. For grown-ups.
Really? That sounds awesome.
Way cool.
Hey, everybody! Party at the Rangers' place!
Okay, just outside the town you see Medicine Sam, a traveling merchant walking along. He's got a big pack of first aid stuff and a mean old dog named Nursey for protection. So, do you want to say hello?
Oh, I want to pet the doggy.
I pumped the guy for information. Ask him about the rowdy boys.
You said pump. What kind of name is Nursey for a guard dog? Why isn't he named Hellhound or Fang or something cool?
Nursey's a cool name. It's... what do you call it?
contrary to expectations.
Come on, guys. Are we playing or talking?
Okay. We, pump the medicine guy for information. What does he say?
Hi. Who are... Oh my god! You're Rangers! Real life, actual Rangers! Do you want to play robots and Rangers with us? We'd be honored. Oh man, you are in for a treat! It's the world's greatest game of imagination and... math. My Uncle Gary made it up before he left town. Based it off stories he heard about you guys over the radio. Everybody takes on the role of a desert ranger, and together they try to bring justice to the lawless wastelands of Arizona. Neat, huh? Do you want to play robots and rangers with us? We'd be honored. Oh my god, this is awesome! Here, I brought an extra character, just in case something bad happened to one of the group. You'll be Boomer, a strong, silent type who knows explosives and carries a big-ass club. Okay, so... where was I? Oh yeah! Medicine Sam says he hasn't seen the Rowdy Boys, but he just left the Rail Nomads, and they've been talking about nothing else. So, now what?
Let's head into town, see what we find.
Okay, the narrow canyon you're in opens wide as you enter the Rail Nomads camp. You hear the distant whistle of a train. This area is a big travel hub, where the tracks the Atchisons and the Topekans laid all come together.
I roll a 65% perception to try to pick up the trail of the criminals.
Sorry, the ground is too well traveled by the locals, so you can't distinguish their tracks. You do, however, spot a bar nearby.
We go to the bar, and I try to ask people about the Rowdies. Ouch. 20% on confidence.
That's not getting you anywhere. You manage to offend one of the Topekans, and the whole bar shuns you. Only a stinky hobo who calls himself Vod Carl says he knows anything. And he won't talk until you buy him a drink. Oh, 95% success! The hobo weeps in defeat and gives you the info. He says he saw one of the rowdies riding fast through the east side of town with someone thrown over their saddle horn. He couldn't see who it was.
They've kidnapped somebody! Let's go after them!
When you arrive at the east side of town, you see the Rowdy Boys mounting their horses near the train tracks. Their leader, the heartless, cleft-chin Clarence, mocks you as the rest of his gang turns to flee. Look over there, Rangers! He points to a woman tied up on the tracks. That's Carolina, the princess of the Santa Fe tribe. And she's gonna get splatted by that there train any second now. Gonna chase us or save her, Rangers. The Nomads will never forgive you if she dies. He laughs and mounts up and rides off with his boys. What? Oh man! I forgot I gave you a law! Well, okay, a 99%. I guess the train explodes. Boom! Caught out in the open. The Rowdy Boys are no match for you. Your superior horses and expert training enables you to catch up to them and defeat them with ease. The Santa Fe tribe scrapes their meager possessions together to offer you a reward for saving Carolina. The next day, you head out into the desert to continue your pursuit. Okay, that's all I got for today. It was fun playing with you, Rangers. Guess we'll pack up and head home for the night. Oh, yes! Absolutely yes! We'll see you there the next time we play.
The noise stopped. Thank you, Rangers. I can sleep at last. And so can my cats. Here, a little something for your trouble, since I'm sure that tight fist, the patriarch, isn't paying you much. I'm gonna send a special surprise to your clubhouse or headquarters or whatever you call it. Nah, I'm not saying what it is, but you'll love it, I promise. Now go on, I'm a busy woman.
Thanks, Rosie. I'm sure we'll see you soon.
Come on, kiddies. The noise is over. You can come out now.
Maybe I'll join the marshals. I do like to rough people.
Get drummed out in a second. Right.
I'm sure they could use me. Hey, did you ask your wife about
Monster Army massacred! Braigo organization takes over Bazaar with Ranger help!
Poor Valor. At least he's in good hands now.
All the crime around here happens indoors.
Thank you, Rangers. I'm unsure what your game is, but I appreciate discretion.
Welcome back, Rangers. Nice to see you, Rangers.
Holy shit! So fancy!
Good to see you, Rangers.
Have you found victory yet, Rangers? Then what are you here for? Resolved. How? What? Not a chance. You said you'd resolved the situation with valor. Tell me. I'd ask if he put up a fight, but I know better. The boy was always weak. Too many books and computers, not enough sweat and blood. But I suppose I shouldn't be wishing he had been harder to bring in. You brought him back alive, and that's what I wanted. So here's a reward for a job well done. And my people tell me you got him back by taking the Gipper's god hostage. I don't have the slightest idea what that means, but good job. Tell me. Fine. Ask then. Fine. You recall the private prison I said I didn't have? That was in obfuscation. I do have such a prison, and it was raided recently. Know anything about that? One of my highest valued prisoners is missing, and I'd like to know what happened to him. You... what? Ironclad Cordite is one of the most dangerous enemies I've ever fought, and you... why? You make a good point. Win or lose, Cordite's bid for power will make a mess of her forces. Good call. You have my blessing to use him. But that doesn't excuse you breaking into my property and killing my employees. I've given you wide latitude, Rangers, but this is out of bounds. Another offense like this and we're done. Got it? Get out of my sight.
Every man needs a hobby, I guess.
I've never been this tidy in my life.
found victory yet, Rangers. Then what are you here for? Never seen it. Guess that is mine. My pa gave it to me when I was a kid. Passed it down to Vic, but never saw him play with it. Never saw it again, in fact. I had a matching poke toy, too. They fit together on a little stand. I'm sure Vic lost that one, too. Come back with results.
My family and I were invited to dine with the patriarch a while ago. Seemed a bit sad at that table, all by his lonesome.
At least the Gippers are sending us oil again. We have you Rangers to thank for that.
Fun times here with a happy tale of two cities. It's often difficult to get along with your neighbors, but idealism can make for strange bedfellows. In the heart of California lay a den of depravity and sin called Hollywood. The streets were rich with prostitution and dealers in drugs and alcohol. But then God's militia came and took root there. One might think that pleasures and penance of the flesh would make for incompatible neighbors. But where there are absolutes, there are also exceptions in the extremes. So it was that a dominatrix and a torturer found common ground and brought blissful peace with the unlikeliest of unions in the unlikeliest of cities. But with peace comes complacency and laziness, easily exploitable to those with a penchant for breaking, entering, and bleeding the occupants of those within.
embarrassed.
Please, don't shoot.
Just who the hell are you?
Always knew this day would come. The sky is finally open to take me back.
Name's Nicky. He's Wind. And we didn't invite you here.
Nikki's my everything. She helped me escape my old life.
Helped me find the courage to walk away from what I was.
And he's mine to keep safe, so back the hell off.
By the bears? No. That wreck's been rotting there since I started coming here. No use as a shelter and nothing left to scavenge.
That man, still saying it was a work camp. Never wanted to admit the truth, not even to himself.
You won't find any work camp here. Never was one. No convicts either. They're long gone, all of them.
I didn't touch them. I was a shepherd, a guide. But I wasn't their executioner. I'm sorry for everything that I've done. That the Godfishers have done. I wish it was different, but...
You don't choose your family.
They were...
Why are you talking to them? You don't owe them an explanation.
The dead can't tell their stories anymore, Nikki. I have to do it for them.
The Patriarch made a deal with my people, the Godfishers. They, believe the gods can be appeased with human offerings. So, in exchange for stopping our war on Colorado Springs, he sent them convicts and criminals to feed to the skies. The Godfishers hack off the limbs of the sacrifices, tie their torsos to giant kites, then send them up to the sky as gifts for the gods.
I always thought the sacrifices were pointless. There were no gods, no way to call water from the skies. I should have left long before I did. They were my people. Until Nikki helped me find the courage to abandon them.
I didn't do anything. That was you.
If I could, I'd change everything. Bring all those people back. All I can do now is try to be a better man than I was. I was better at dealing with the city people than the other Godfishers, so our leaders sent me here as a go-between. Pappas delivered the convicts here to me. I brought them to my people.
Used to pass a farmstead on my way out here. Saw a pretty girl watching over her land. Turns out she saw me too.
Took me months before I was brave enough to approach her. Crazy decision when I think about it now, but she didn't turn me in. She showed me the Godfisher ways wasn't the only way. Gave me the strength to turn my back on it.
Try it.
Nikki, don't. Doesn't matter. You may as well kill me now. I'll either be lynched by the city people or caged like a wild animal. And I'd rather die here, on my terms.
If anyone dies today, it won't be Wind.
Thank you. All the same, I think it's best if we leave this place. If you could find us here, others may do the same. I won't see Nikki harmed because of me.
We don't even have a home. Please don't take what little we have left, Rangers.
hear that engine rumbling, Rangers? We got company.
He dead. Yeah. We wanted to see the son of a bitch who took our kin.
And make sure he never breaks anyone else's heart again. So, is he dead or not?
Talk. Ain't nothing to talk about. That Godfisher's a mass murderer. Move aside and let us do what needs to be done.
Margaret wanted to tell you. The rest of us, we didn't think you'd help if you knew this was all about payback.
The marshals ain't as tight-lipped as Sheriff Daisy thinks. A few bribes here and there, and we got the truth from the ones who knew.
Sounds like my fine, upstanding marshal comrades, all right.
Only part we didn't know was where to find the bastard who took our kinfolk to their deaths. Maybe we can't kill all the Godfishers, but we can make sure this one pays for what he did. He chose to be a coward. He chose his life over theirs. And now he's gotta pay. We don't want to fight you, but we will if you stand in our way. We'll have to kill her too, then. No other way. Fine. Protect the murdering scumbag. We'll get them eventually. But one day, you Rangers will lose someone like we did, and get denied vengeance by arrogant assholes.
So, this is where he's been hiding.
We heard cars and shouting, so people must have come for me. Yet, no gunfire, so I guess you convinced them to leave in peace. Thank you for that. Any more lives lost on my account might just break me.
Thank you for your kindness. I don't deserve it.
Sorry I didn't trust you folks. I reckon you saved our lives.